today. I love your colors. So bright.
Thank you so much.
Yes. That's a coral. Is that a coral color?
No, these are wooden beads, but the color is definitely matching to corals.
Yes, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I have a note
Thank you
that's
so much.
very similar to the color. Yes, it's very
Yeah,
beautiful. So how are you today?
I'm just missing your voice. There's some connection issue.
A sound
Can
issue?
you hear this now?
Yeah. All
Can
right.
you hear this?
I can hear you, Ankit, but there was
Yeah.
a little bit of miss when I was trying to answer to Kim.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Okay.
think it's a part of the
Kim, say
technical problem.
something. Yeah, Kim, say something. Let me see if I can hear you.
So how are you doing today?
Yeah, now I hear you loud and clear. I'm doing
Great.
nice. How are you doing there? How are
Um,
things?
I am so happy. We just had a beautiful talk about finding happiness to survive most diseases, not just COVID, right? But seeking that happiness and joy in life, and eating the right foods to do that, and building our immunity. So I'm happy. How about you?
Brilliant. I'm also very happy because slowly I'm trying to start the, in-person clinics again. So trying to feel a bit of normal life back. And yeah, and I was just finishing with my sessions. That's the reason you see this little bit of decking up, so that there's life in the room when you are dealing with the clients.
Right. Oh, so just curious, kind of getting back to face people. I mean, I know you're a doctor. This is what you do. Are you a little nervous about this?
About whatever is happening at the moment.
Yes.
So, see, I would say a little bit of nervous is always, good. I've always believed in that.
Good.
So, yes, definitely. I am a bit, I'm sorry.
That's
I think
okay.
the phone is also a bit nervous.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is the fun
So,
part about the interviews.
yeah. So, I would say that, more than nervousness, I think it is the time to consciously hold all the courage that all of us have and actually reflect inside as well as get more sensitive to what is happening around us. Because for India, as far as I can say, now we are almost on the verge of entering some bit of peaking of the cases that is happening since last few days. The rate of increase is shooting. But the good part is that the recovery rate is also improving, and the nervousness is more of kind of, maybe I would say, borrowed, because most of the people at the moment are operating out of anxiety and a lot of fear and panic. People have just started getting back to their works, markets have just started opening up, and people are still gathering themselves together. So seeing all of that, and the uncertainty that is being exhibited by the media and otherwise, there is a little bit of restlessness. But I would say it's more of a transition phase where you are just lying in the dip for a bit and then you just come back. So it's more of that overall. So it's a mixed bit, I would say. Yeah.
No, but I think it's healthy too because it protects us to be on guard, right? No, I mean, so you're kind of getting back to meeting your patients. Life feels like it's coming back. It's not going to be normal, but
Yep.
pace it. But as a life coach, what are you telling your clients, your patients, and as well as what would you suggest to some of the people, some first stages to getting out there and not just protecting yourself but protecting others?
You know, the biggest message that I'm trying to give to my clients is to get used to the new normal, Kim, because this new normal is very, very important. And the sooner we try to get used to this new normal, the sooner we will be able to uh, polish the resilience that all of us do have inside us. When we are born, all of us are born with fear energies also, with the fighting bit also, with the pleasantness as well. So it's just a conscious time to choose to sit back a little, to step back a little, but not from the point of view of that things will not improve, or what will happen, and face from the fear, but more, I would say, from the space of what new next is going to come and how I can turn that into an opportunity, or what is it that I can do to improve further, and how I can do betterment in the relationships around me, where I've been missing due to whatever madness of life has been. And what is the lesson I have learned in this, phase of lockdown? Like for me, I think the biggest lesson I have learned is that actually, if we go slow in some things, we can do better rather than all the time catching up with the pace of madness of life. Like we
That's
got more time to focus on ourselves, doing meditative practices a bit more intensely, more yoga, more exercise, an opportunity to be close to nature more within the house, obviously, not going out, no wrong messages, but
true.
but
But you got a point there. Don't stop moving.
yeah,
Don't stop enjoying life a little bit just because, everybody is taking this like a negative instead of
yeah,
a positive. And
yeah.
from the very beginning, from the first day when Ann Kit and I opened the show, the first thing we started off with is you remember that day when you're driving down the road saying, I wish I could stay home and do?
Yeah,
Guess
yeah,
what? You have that opportunity, use
yeah,
it. That was the way we opened, and
absolutely.
we were hoping that, but too many of those days can wear you down, not build you up. And because so many people are accustomed to having certain responsibilities, having a purpose to go, to go to work every day, or having a responsibility on their shoulder, because sometimes that bit of stress is healthy. And so that was taken away from them. And some people just can't handle that. They cannot handle that stopping of a routine, a ritual. But you gave some really good ideas like yoga, right? It's praying every day. I have literally changed my routine from day one, and I started doing prayer every day.
Which
Uh,
is so beautiful.
yeah, I mean, this began during Lent, right? And so every year during Lent, I would dedicate prayer time to my mom because it was just her. She was a prayer, and so I would only do it during Lent. But I said, you know
Hmm.
what? I'm going to do this every day during COVID. I am going to just continue, and I changed the way I pray, where I pray, and how I pray, and that's what I do. But I found that it's good meditation time.
Yeah. Inner
You know,
reflection, and prayers always have had that power to get positivity to the person for who you are praying, and also when you are doing it for your own self as well.
that's
It's
right.
very, very important, because ultimately prayer is what? It is a form of positive energy that is traveling through our thoughts and words, and we are just releasing that intent out into the universe, which is traveling then across the entire particle of the existence that we exist in. So it is a very powerful modality for sure. For me, I think one change I have got into my routine is that I start now my day by preparing myself, instead of a coffee, what I called immunity shot kind of a thing, in which I mix three or four ingredients, like for vitamin C and iron, amla, then turmeric, then I take lemon and a bit of ginger and cinnamon, and just grind them together. Yeah, something like that. I'm sure it's an energy drink kind of a thing. And if you grind it and have that juice, like just literally in the size of a shot, and you take it for continuously 40 days or 2 months, your immunity levels really, really go up. They shoot up, and you feel the difference in the energy, really. So small things like this, like you say, prayer and some things of that sort, a bit of exercise, meditation, they can really do wonders for all of us.
And this doesn't have to stop when COVID's over, right? This is what I tell people: when you establish these habits, and generally it takes about 90 days to establish a habit. right? I
Yes.
call it a season of change. In fact, one of my doctors asked me to write a book on it.
Yeah.
My psychiatrist, he loved it. He said, I love the way you put that together because I said, it takes a season to heal. If you break a bone, it really does take a whole season to heal your body and get back to where you need to be.
Yeah.
I've
I
broken
feel you should write too. It's actually a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, but the thing is it's if you put it in your mind that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. I drank this
Yeah.
drink and I'll feel better tomorrow. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to, like you said, do it routinely every day.
Yeah.
Build
Yeah.
these little habits. I found when I started praying more on a different level, not just because of what I used to do, but a different level, I'm more focused on my
Absolutely.
and I prioritize in my brain a little bit more what's important, right? And I think these are very important. But praying is yoga. By the way, we got a yoga show every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
Doctor You decided. You know what? I need to lose the COVID-19. So he's doing COVID-19 challenge. The 19 pounds we put on while we were sitting around at home, right? So
Well, tell me about it.
So, right? So, and I love that attitude because yoga, will really give you a workout. I had no idea. So
Yeah.
I did it with him. He's in California. I'm in North Carolina, but he got on at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 3 hours earlier in his time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but it's a show you can watch anytime, right? He made it very
And what
evergreen.
about
This is how you.
Would love
what
to.
about the yoga from a doctor, and that's a hot yoga, so he do out at the sun.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we have
Yeah, so we
ample
do it in
sun
the
these
sun.
days in
So I
India, so I'm sure we can try.
Yeah, the sun's out in India, right? So, but not probably during the time we do it here. But you can do it anytime. We film it, and then air it again. But it was kind of fun because I went outside in the sun too, and you do sweat and or glow as women call it. But
Yeah.
wow, right? Just energizing. But what I liked about what he was doing was hydration through the whole thing.
Yeah.
That and he told he said drink your water, take time, breathe, drink your water. Just good, but he's a doctor giving the yoga, and that was important to
We
me.
have Dr. Sadhu as well.
Hi, Dr. Sagu. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much. Namaste, Sashikal.
Namaste. Have you been working today?
Yeah, we have started working now. We started our surgeries also, and now I'm in more busy with the patients.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
today we've been talking about just keeping our attitude and just everything positive, trying to find joy in our lives so that we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel as opposed to feeling like we're still trapped, right? I think this is what, and as a life coach, you could probably understand this. Oops, she disappeared. Um, but I think, and as a doctor, sometimes we feel trapped, right? And we don't feel like we're recovering because we lost our routine. And this is where a lot of people are, and now there's so much uncertainty about going out into the world. So, Dr. Tadu, in your facility, are there some common practices that you're trying to teach the people and that the doctors are talking about? Your camera looks really good today, by the way. It's very
Thank you
Yeah,
so
the
much.
background is beautiful.
yes, it's very beautiful back there. Um, but are there some common practice, changes in common practices, or some things that you're recommending that people still do or don't do? There's big complaints. Nobody wants to wear masks because they feel like their oxygen's being deprived. Is there a better way we can wear masks? Just those kind of things. There's a lot of questions that keep popping up.
Hello. Yes. Yes, Kim. And it is very important. I was just listening to your tips by Dr. Shruti. Whatever she said, I think the combination of all the component is very important
It
in
is.
this crisis time. There may be the combination of any type of your activity, whether it is a physical activity in form of yogas, whether it is a mental activity like you're meditating, you're doing yoga, you're doing positive prayers.
So all these things, what they are going to give you the positivity and your better immune system, better defense system. If you have a defense army within you with with the strength, I think you can fight with the COVID-19 in the better way. So we cannot control the COVID-19, but yes, we can control ourselves. We can build up our immunity. We can build our defense system so that we can fight with this COVID-19. And I
Yeah,
don't think
absolutely.
there is any type of problem. Sorry, just hold on. Hold on. I'm audible?
Yeah,
Very
you're audible.
audible. Very nice.
Okay, just hold on. I think
I would
my
suggest one thing to
system.
all the viewers, and especially to the experts who would log into the from the mobile phone. Before
Yeah.
logging in, if they click on Do Not Disturb, they won't find any messages and calls, and they can concentrate on the video.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tip. That's a tip.
Just a tip. Yeah, Ankit's got good tips for this. So
It's just that you just have to select Do Not Disturb, and then you won't find any pop-ups and drop-ups and calls.
But
I mean,
yeah,
you know, I'm getting lot of calls from the patients. That is why they are disturbing me.
I
So
know that.
let
I
me
know.
quickly disconnect and reconnect it.
I do.
Let me
I have the same
disconnect and
problem on
reconnect.
my phone.
Okay.
I have the same problem on my phone. Here's something else that I found
So
that I
whenever you want to use your
Oh,
phone
the
for
test.
calls,
Yeah, that
but
will be helpful, I guess.
it's a telescope, right?
Mm,
But what I
mm.
like about this one, you'll appreciate this, is
wow.
well, if you have a big bag, but for the most part, it will fit in my purse, right? Or on
Yeah,
the
that's
outside, I can clip it to the outside. I travel a lot, so big. This is as big as my purse will go because I don't want anything too heavy. But
mhm.
it's really good because I like it because any device will kind of fit. The phone will fit in it really well. But I like it because it's a telescope. So if I have a desktop, right, I can put it
Yeah,
on my desk. But it
yeah.
goes up to 4 feet,
I know, I know.
and I think I paid
Oh,
And
five
it's used for
dollars for it.
it's used
Six,
like a
The
stick as well.
that's it?
And
same.
you can use it
yeah,
like a
and
stick.
it's handheld too, right? So you can
Yeah, this is a very good device, and the same device I do have because I need to record lot of videos for my patients testimonials and some corporate videos also being shooted by this device. It's a very good device. So we were talking about the common practices which we are doing right now. So all these type of the tips by Dr. Shruti, they were well taken. And now, because we have already experienced the lockdown of around 2 months, and a bit of that COVID has been controlled by that lockdown, I cannot say that the lockdown is used to prevent the spread. We cannot prevent the spread by the lockdown, but yes, we can buy some time to do other things by procuring your bed, procuring your ventilators, procuring your test kits, and procuring your other things and building up your immunity. And let the environment be in favor of us to boost of our immunity also. So the God have also done a good job for us. They have cleaned the air, the Yamuna and Ganga, all the lakes in India. They are now clean. Everything is clean. So now, what are the practices? You know, we have we have saved the lives, and this is time to save the livelihood. If we can lift up the lockdown, we can do open up some economy. We can do some work. We can look after our patients also. We can look after our patients so that they should not be developing complication because of that disease. I think that is good. So in this time, the same formula is there. We need to follow all the things. A good hand washing is very important. Mask is very important, right? You have to have a good etiquettes, cough etiquettes. You have to cover your sneeze and cover your elbow. That is very important. Prevent yourself and prevent others also. That is also very important. All these the measures has to be followed very nicely, and along with that, you are going to build up your economy. You are going to serve your country, you serve your nation, you serve your world, so that the economy can be lifted up also. So now everything has to be done in a good manner.
No, and I agree with you. And like you said, you
Yeah,
could not have said it better. Now that we've kind of saved our lives, it's time to save our livelihood. But
yeah.
do it smart, right? Just don't go out there and forget the practices we put in place. I truly believe that the lockdown was more